The John Wick series, renowned for its intense action and highly stylized violence, also unveils an intricate and mysterious underworld. At its center lies the High Table, a clandestine organization that controls the criminal world with an iron fist. While the films hint at the immense power and traditions of this organization, much remains hidden beneath layers of secrecy. In this article, we'll delve into the origins, traditions, and operations of the High Table, revealing the inner workings of this feared institution. The High Table is the ruling council of the John Wick universe, consisting of 12 powerful crime lords from various global syndicates. These seats represent some of the most influential families and organizations in the criminal underworld, with members ranging from the Italian Camorra to the Yakuza. Each of these families hold sway over vast networks of assassins, mercenaries, and criminal enterprises, making the High Table's reach truly global. What's particularly fascinating is the rigid hierarchy within the High Table itself. Those who sit at the table have unparalleled authority, not only over their territories, but over nearly every criminal faction in the world. Yet despite this power, they are still beholden to a higher figure, the Elder, who even outranks the council itself. At the heart of the High Table's operations are its strict codes and traditions. The most binding of these traditions is the marker, a blood oath sealed between two individuals. This marker can be invoked to demand absolute loyalty and service, regardless of personal cost. John Wick, the protagonist, is bound by one such marker to Santino D'Antonio, setting the events of John Wick, Chapter 2 into motion. This ritual serves as a way to enforce loyalty in a world where betrayal is the norm. To refuse a marker is to invite the wrath of the High Table, as Wick quickly learns. The table enforces these laws with lethal efficiency, ensuring that no one dares break their covenants. While the High Table governs the criminal underworld, there is one person who exists above its authority, the Elder. Residing deep in the Moroccan desert, the Elder is seen as a mythic figure who commands ultimate respect. His rare appearances signify his immense power, and it is he who decides John Wick's fate when Wick seeks amnesty in John Wick, Chapter 3 Parabellum. The Elder represents a fascinating deviation from the more structured and bureaucratic High Table. His presence suggests a more ancient, almost mystical order that predates the criminal organizations of the modern era. He acts as the arbiter of life and death within the assassin world, yet his authority is rarely invoked, making him both a figure of reverence and fear. To maintain control over the global criminal network, the High Table employs adjudicators, officials tasked with ensuring that the table's laws are followed. Adjudicators travel across the world, bringing punishment and judgment to those who defy the council's will. In John Wick, Chapter 3, we see an adjudicator sent to strip Winston of his authority over the Continental Hotel after he assists Wick. The table also commands its own military force, known for their bulletproof armor and relentless pursuit of targets. This group is deployed to take down John Wick after he becomes excommunicado, marking the point when the full force of the table is directed at one individual. Their efficient, merciless tactics highlight just how powerful and organized the High Table's enforcement arm truly is. The Continental Hotel stands as neutral ground in the assassin world, offering sanctuary to those operating under the High Table's laws. Breaking this neutrality is a serious offense, and it becomes a focal point in John Wick, Chapter 3 when Winston, the hotel's manager, sides with Wick against the table. This act of rebellion not only strips the Continental of its protected status, but also ignites a larger conflict. The High Table is revealed to be unforgiving in its response to disobedience, showing that even the most powerful individuals like Winston are subject to its rule, until they're not. The Continental becomes a battleground in the power struggle between the High Table and those who oppose it. One of the most notable challenges to the High Table's authority comes from the Bowery King, an underground leader in New York. Played by Lawrence Fishburne, the Bowery King openly defies the High Table after he is brutally attacked for aiding Wick. His rebellion highlights the fragility of the table's control, especially as powerful figures like the Bowery King begin to question its dominance. This defiance grows as the films progress, suggesting that while the High Table rules with fear, it is not immune to insurgency. The John Wick universe hints at an impending war between the table and those who wish to bring it down, with the Bowery King likely playing a key role in future films. The true origins of the High Table remain shrouded in mystery. Some fans speculate that the table's structure draws inspiration from ancient organizations, perhaps even mimicking the pantheon of Olympian gods, where each seat represents a different domain of power. The table's traditions, such as the marker and its strict codes of conduct, feel rooted in ancient practices that have been passed down through the centuries. What is clear is that the High Table is not just a modern-day criminal enterprise, it's a continuation of an ancient order, designed to keep the world's most dangerous individuals in check. Its reach, power, and traditions ensure that even the most skilled assassins like John Wick are not free from its influence. The The High Table in the John Wick series represents a sophisticated and terrifying form of control over the underworld. With its roots in ancient tradition, its power reaches across continents. But as rebellion stirs in the assassin world, the table's authority is beginning to fracture. As future films are released, we are likely to see more of its secrets exposed, and perhaps the beginning of its downfall. In this secretive world of assassins, the High Table is both the puppet master and the iron fist. But even the most powerful organizations are not immune to collapse.